Hi, it's Garry. Welcome to today's live stream. Let me just sit myself up. Slightly different arrangement on my desk today, so I've got the camera a little bit further away and I've tried zooming in. So I'm going to keep an eye over here, which has got a preview window that I can zoom in and out a bit if I need to. How are we all doing today? Awesome to be with you. Love doing, I know I keep saying it, love doing these. So we'll start, as I always seem to do, with a weather check-in. Let me just pull up the right window and, oh no, that's definitely not the right temperature. The temperature at the moment, there we go, I've just updated it, is 18 Celsius, so that's 8:30 in the morning. That works out about 64 Fahrenheit, so getting quite nice. I mean, we're nearly 2 shorts inside the house weather instead of my longer trousers. For going out though, I've definitely been in my shorts this week. Well, past 2 weeks to be honest. I was saying yesterday, we had a members Zoom call yesterday. Now that the weather's turning nicer, I've got my flip-flops out, but I have to be very careful on these streams how I pronounce it, because over here in Australia they're referred to as thongs. So if I forgot about that and said on one of these streams, yeah, I go out just in my thongs, I think I may get some very strange looks and comments coming back. So yeah, if I do say that, thongs are flip-flops. Let's head on over to the comments. So David, hi Garry, sorry to post so early again, but I sent you an email and wanted to let you know about it. Cheers from Austin. Thanks David. I have seen that come in. I haven't got around to reading my emails this morning, but I did see there was one from you. So I'll have a look at that, most probably about half an hour to an hour after the live stream finishes. Alia Rose, hi from beautiful Autumn, Pennsylvania. Yeah, one of the things I do miss from the UK is in autumn where you got all the leaves changing. Not so much the leaves falling off because that makes a horrible mucky mess, but just the different colours. I mean, yes, we've got lots of different colours of green, but yeah, just seeing all those different colours, I do miss that. Blonde Scales 1, hello from Dry, Arkansas. Welcome to you. Yeah, today at the moment is dry, although we are meant to have a little bit of rain later on. Andreas, good morning, afternoon, evening. Welcome to you, Andreas. Jim, hello from chilly Harper's Ferry in WV. I'm just in time. Absolutely. Any time is just in time, though, to be honest. Chris, morning all. Welcome to you, Chris. Alia Rose, Jim, right on time and really reliable. And then Jim to Alia Rose, thanks. Under the Influence, love that name. Morning from Sydney in Australia. And Ricardo, good morning from London. Welcome to you, Ricardo. David E. Parsons, good morning. Welcome, David. Miss Marilyn Darling, hi, Garry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to you. Tom, 76 Fahrenheit here in Los Angeles area. So let's just see if I can do a reverse googly type thing. Where's my Safari browser? There we go. So what was that? 77? Let me just reposition this. I'm just interested. I'm just a nosy person. I know they said a rude word then. So 76, that equates to 24 Celsius. Beautiful. Can't wait till we get them sort of temperatures. Although we have been creeping up into the 20s this week. I think, was it yesterday was 22. Next week we are scheduled to have a 25. Can't wait. Let me just minimize this if I press the right buttons. Back to the comments. BJ, hello everyone. Welcome to you, BJ. Adia Rose, Jim, it's a phrase from Thomas the Tank Engine. I have 2 sons and it's been burned into my mind pretty much. Yeah, I can remember my son, he can't hear at the moment, he's outside. And when he was saying, when he was younger, he was into Thomas the Tank Engine, and he had like the little model ones, he had all of them. And some of them, the difference between them was very minute, but he knew it. And if you called it the wrong name, oh, didn't you hear about it? You know, you were expected to know exactly who they were. I think between Thomas the Tank Engine and Postman Pat, it was quite interesting. Right, this is slightly off topic here, talking about Postman Pat and Thomas the Tank Engine. There is a channel on YouTube, I believe he's now off YouTube and he's doing his own website, where he takes the actual cartoons and he does his own voiceover. Certainly do not watch it with children. It's extremely rude. He's called The Rude Guy. If you're into that sort of thing, he is so funny. Every time I watch them, I'm chuckling away. I say, just be warned, it is not for children at all. No way, anywhere near children. I think I've hopefully been clear about that. David, it's 23 Celsius here in Austin, which is 74 Fahrenheit. Did I not put Alia Rose's up? Maybe I read it and didn't put it up. David, we did. How did I miss the Zoom call? So I did put out a message yesterday on Wednesday. I put out a short video, only about 30 seconds long, which was for members only. So it may have flashed up on your stream or however you get the list of videos, but certainly it should have popped up, and that had all the details in there. Tom, sorry. Welcome to Ton Sheehan, who's joined us a supporter. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. Welcome to you. Blonde Scales 1. Based on last night's Zoom call, I found Ted in one of my yearbooks. Absolutely awesome. So in the call yesterday, we had 2 of the people. Now, there was 5 people in the call as well as me. And Blonde Scales 1 and Tom both went to the same high school. Both were Blonde Scales 1 was a year behind Tom, and they were both in the band. And absolutely could not believe it. I tell you, you think how big the world is, just how big America is, and wow, to get that when there were 5 people, and from watching a fountain pen channel, I was absolutely amazed, and I couldn't wait to tell my wife when she got up. Alia Rose, no way, absolutely. I couldn't believe it. So it's awesome that you found him in a yearbook. Blonde Scales 1, yep. Ricardo, it's 12C here, past 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, we get a regular report from my brother-in-law about the weather. He lives in Greater London. So we'll be getting our report from him tonight. Shane, hello Gary and folks, welcome to you, Shane. BJ, here from the 4 mountains of WV. Awesome. I say I love the colours of that. Jim, my boys were never interested in Thomas. Lucky you. Alia Rose, lucky for you, friend. Oh, yeah, saying the same thing. Chris, Rude Guy Postman Pat videos are hilarious. Absolutely. And Blonde Scales 1, absolutely, thanks for this. No, he was behind me in my brother's class. I knew it was one way or the other, and my poor brain had gone. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Alia Rose, anyone seen the new stabilised wood Hondians? I haven't. I've just forgot. I haven't turned the other computer on yet. I'll need that when I'm doing my pens because that's got the script on it. There we go. Let me just move on over and get that script up. I don't know, I should be fired. Strips, there we go. We've got it. Where's my mouse gone? I've lost my mouse now. Here we go. The model is the A7. No, although to be honest, I've not been looking too much lately. As said on the Zoom call, this time of year I have to be very careful what I order because I don't know what the wife's bought for me, and I certainly don't want to be buying something and then finding she's bought it as part of Inkvent. I do have a rough idea what she gets for me because she adds them into the cart and I have to go and pay for it. So I get a rough idea, but I try not to pay too much attention. David, I'd love to sit down and figure out the odds on Tom and Blonde Scales meeting here. Wow. I know, I was absolutely gobsmacked. It was amazing. Let's refresh these. Right, and we'll head over to the iPhone, the overhead camera. I'll scoot on over. Pens I've been using this week. I've changed my heading pen. I'll just show you. I was using a TWSBI Twisby Eco with a 1.1 stub. What I've got now is I've got my Retro 51 Tornado. This has got, again, a 1.1 stub in it. The ink I've put in here is Diamine Vintage Copper. So there should be a little bit of a shimmer to it, but I can't see that. I have had some issues with this though since I've inked it up. There's a bit of an ink flow issue. I think it doesn't like shimmer inks. But it's something I'm going to play around with over the next few weeks because I only use it for headings, so I get a good maybe 1 or even 2 months out of it. Just thought I'd show that. So the pens this month. Sorry, the pen I'd been using all week. This is the Faber-Castell Hexo. Do you know, I can't believe how beautiful and nice this is. It's a fairly inexpensive pen, about the same price range as a Safari. Also a German pen. You know, it's fairly light. You know, it is what it is. But it's so nice to use. So a cartridge converter, I was silly in one respect, I didn't order a converter, but I don't mind because I'm quite happy refilling the cartridge. So that's what I did. When I got this, I actually emptied it out because I just thought I'd use my own inks. So in here, I've got one of my Diamine inks, and it is beautiful. Very, very nice. I'm planning for next year to do a showdown between this and the Safari. And I think this might actually replace the Safari in my starter pen recommendations. So we've got here a Faber-Castell Hexo. It's got a broad nib. Very nice broad nib. The price for this pen, 46 Aussie dollars. I'd say roughly the same price as a Safari. The ink is by Diamine and it's Thunderbolt. I love this ink. I didn't think I would. When I put it in, it was the idea of, you know, it's an ink I want to use up, so let's start trying it. I'm not really into blue inks, but this one, because it's not like that standard blue, let me just lift this up a bit. It's got a slightly different tone to it, so there's a bit of interest in there. I'm really liking it. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep these as a combo until that Thunderbolt's gone, because I think they just work so well together. The next pen I won't be writing with. This is the Kaweco Sport in green. Why I'm not writing with it is the converter's empty. Make sure I put this back in the right way. So this hasn't been cleaned out yet. Oh, there we get a bit of green. So I've got to clean this out. So that's going into the clean out pot after we finish today's live. It's nice. It's enjoyable. And what I'll do is I'll talk about the pen that's after that, which is another Sport. This one's still got its ink in it. Why it's still going, I eyedroppered it. So hopefully you can just about see that. This is the transparent white colour. So I can see there the ink swirling around. I'm not sure, can I catch it there? You can see an air bubble as I slightly do that. You know, it's a small pen, it's a pocket pen. Once you post it, beautiful. So this is a Kaweco Sport. It's got the 1.1 nib. And the ink in here, the cost is, where's my notes? About 43 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine. And it's Olive Swirl. Now this is meant to be a yeah, I thought I'd misspelt it. This is meant to be a shimmering ink, but I really don't see a lot coming through. Occasionally I might get a little bit, and it doesn't matter how much I agitate it. It just doesn't seem to fetch a lot of that through. And it's not just this pen. Every pen I've had it in, it seems to struggle. Up next, we've got from Pilot, the Pilot Prera. I'm just agitating this because again we've got, I think this one's a chameleon. It might be a shimmer, but I think it's a chameleon ink. This is the Prera. This is beautiful, transparent. Again, like all this month's pens, pocket-sized. Posts very nicely, posts comfortably. Got, you know, a smallish nib on there. So this is a Pilot Prera. This is a pen, when I first got it, I really didn't like it. But as I've used it, it's really grown on me. Price-wise, roughly 76 Aussie dollars. I do believe you can get it a lot cheaper around the world, but here in Australia, it ain't cheap. The ink by Diamine, and it's Tranquility. Beautiful ink, and it's got a beautiful gold chameleon. I think it's chameleon. Not sure if that's coming over. Certainly where I've written Pilot Prera, that's already shown up. And yet down in the Tranquility, you've seen a fair bit of that as well. Very nice. Again, I say, started off, I didn't like it, but it's grown on me. I've eyedroppered it this time. It's worked fine, so I'm going to continue eyedroppering this every time I use it. Sticking with Pilot, I will try and write with this, but it's one that's out of ink. The Pilot E95S. My cheapest non-Chinese gold nibbed pen. I do have one pen from China with a gold nib, which is substantially cheaper than this, but this is just so very nice. Beautiful. I love the nib on this. I love the feel. It's a little bit thin, but you know, it's not uncomfortably thin. So let's see, can we get a little bit of writing? So we've got the Pilot E95S. Yeah, that's going to run out there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sneakily use this one. This is my Homo sapiens E95S. That's got a medium nib. Price is 215 Aussie dollars. It's a 14K gold nib. The ink is by Diamine. Oh, the ink was by Diamine, should I say, seeing as it's now empty. And it's Cinnabon. Another very nice pen. Not as nice as the Homo sapiens, but a fraction of the cost of the Homo sapiens. Very nice. I love this burgundy colour. I love the way it all works together. So that's a Pilot E95S. Sorry, just having a sneaky blow in my nose. Next up, again, this one may not write. This is the Sailor, and this is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Again, smallish pen, beautiful colouring. Got this gorgeous like tealy colour, and then there's sparkles in it which look like stars. The material's called Blue-Green Nebula. Let me try getting my hand in there to help with focus. You can see the workings through there, so you can see we've got the converter. As you can see, I've already pushed that down as far as I can go. But let's see if it writes. I can just about get away using this unposted, but it's definitely a lot more comfortable posted. So we've got here a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This has got a broad nib, and it's also 14 karat gold. Price for this is 355 Aussie dollars. It ain't cheap. The ink is by Diamine, and it's Garland. So this is a sheening and a shimmering ink. Garland, not Garlad. That'd be an interesting name for an ink, wouldn't it? Galahad. You know, a King Arthur series. That'd be quite interesting. So fetching this up, you can see hopefully we've got some of that red sheen developing already. Again with this ink, no matter what pen it is, I struggle to see any of that shimmer, but I always get loads of this beautiful sheen. As usual for these, this is a Midori MD cotton pad. So that's that Sailor Pro Gear Slim. The final pen, I'm just going to fetch that one back, by Jinhao, and it's a Jinhao 82. Very, very similar in looks, aren't they? That's where it ends, really. So this is the Jinhao 82. This is, they call it green. To me, it's more like blue, but I'll go by what they called it green. So we've got a cartridge converter here. That's about, what, half full? So terms of width, terms of the way it fits in hand, very, very similar to that Sailor. Posted, very, very nice. Obviously, the nib here is steel, whereas the Sailor was gold. So we've got a Jinhao 82. Very, very smooth nib. Whereas that Sailor had a beautiful feedback to it. This, bit like writing on glass. And we've got on here a medium nib. Price-wise, I'm going to give you the cents as well. $6.14. Dirt cheap, especially compared to the $355 of that Sailor. The ink, obviously it's by Diamine. And it's Bliss. Beautiful, bright, pale blue ink. Actually, it's a blue that I do like. So just hold that up a little bit closer so you can get a look at that. So that's that Jinhao 82. I'll scoot on over. We'll come back to the camera. And, I've just seen a comment. We'll come to that in a minute. Oh, that's so funny. Let's jump back to the comments. Going all the way up. Richard, hello from Maryland, USA. Maryland Eastern Shore. Welcome to you, Richard. Blonde Scales 1. I'm going to have to see if my brother remembers him next time I talk to him. Absolutely. I'd be awesome if he did. I think that's so... honestly, I was absolutely gobsmacked yesterday. Jim, 2 models of A7. There's a blue and a green. It's a nice looking pen. Go on, let's have a quick look at it, shall we? Let me just jump on over. Wake Up Keyboard, AliExpress. To be honest, get most of my Chinese pens, well, all of my Chinese pens through AliExpress. So we want a Hong Dian A7. Why did I type V1? A7. So let's get it up. And let's swap over to the screen again. We don't want to see that message. I'm not signed in, so I can't add this, but I will leave this up. Well, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Didn't want to give me the preview. Let's go again. Let's see if we can get that preview to come up. Sure. Seems like there's having a bit of a problem there with loading it. Let me just refresh this. Yeah, it doesn't want to load the details. I don't know, I might have to... It's been a while since I last rebooted my Mac. Maybe I need to do that. So, let's go back to the camera. That looks quite interesting, that. So, yeah, thank you for that. That'll be going on. That might be one of the ones I might... Next time I do an AliExpress order, I might order it. Once this is finished, I'll go back to that. I'll log into my account and I will add that to my wish list. BJ, I can't get away from Pilot. I just got a 743 for my birthday and I'm getting ready to fill it with Monteverde pumpkin cake. I've got, again, on my wish list of pens to buy is a 743. I want one with, ideally with... I'd like a music nib on it. So it's something I want to eventually save up and get. Alia Rose, Jim, I like the look of turquoise blue. I like the look of the turquoise blue one. So we could only see the green one there. Alia Rose to BJ, congrats and happy birthday. David, I've got that same Retro 51 copper fountain pen. Small World, absolutely. It's amazing. That's my only Retro 51 pen, but I quite like it. I said just problem I've got, well, 2 issues I have with it. I'm having problems, as I've already said, writing. And the other one, I have to be very careful when I take the body off. Because for some reason the converter easily gets unseated from the section. So sometimes it's loose in there. So that's just something I need to be aware of every time I open the body. Or if I'm writing and it suddenly runs out of ink, at least I know that. BJ, thank you. I'm quite happy this fall. It's been so nice. Awesome. Andreas, that's a really nice blue. Is that an Inkvent ink? It is. It's from, I can tell you, let me get into my database. Let's run this over, then I can actually show you in the database. Or my app, should I say. I have to swap over to that via these. iPad screen, there we go. So we want Thunderbolt. There we go. So it's from the 2021 Inkvent. And it's just a standard ink, so there's no shimmer or sheen. Very nice though. And there's my picture of the swatch that I did for it. Let's go back to the camera. I do have the iPad ready to go just in case we have an issue like we did last week where when I do my screen share it messes up. Blonde Scales 1, October is the best birthday month. Nah, January is. You know, could be that my birthday's in January, but January is the best. BJ, Blurple. Yeah, it is. It's got that hint of purple to it. It's very, very nice. Alia Rose, I don't know if October is the best birthday month, but I bet December is the worst combined gifts. So my son, his birthday is the 17th of December. And for his first birthday, my brother came to me and he said, is it all right if we buy him just one present for Christmas and birthday? And so I said to him, well, if you want to, you can, but that means going forward, your kids will only get one present for their Christmases and birthdays. Their birthdays are October and September, and I thought, no, stuff it. So he didn't like that idea. So, yeah, Lucas got birthdays for each. My brother-in-law and one of my nephews are Christmas Day babies. So I know that my wife keeps saying when they were young, on Christmas Day, the morning of Christmas Day was for Christmas, and the afternoon, after about 2 o'clock, she said, it was all about his birthday, which I think is a brilliant idea. Jim, are we getting Inkvent this year? Mine's on the way. Oh, there's a story there, Jim. Yes, we are getting Inkvent. Don't know when. So I ordered mine. The date came out for pre-order. I ordered it from Pulp Addiction here in Australia. Which is where I got it from last year. Had an email on Friday saying, unfortunately, the Inkvent calendars are still on a boat coming from the UK and aren't expected to get into Melbourne until towards the end of October. So I thought, oh dear me. Well, I didn't think them words, but you know what I mean. On their website, they're saying they're hoping that they'll start sending out on the 8th of December. So it is coming out, but it's later than I wanted, purely because of my situation. Is I like to film the videos a bit ahead of time, and I was planning to film the first one on the 4th of November. I do this so that I can make sure that I'm not rushing them, so I've got plenty of time. As well as the Inkvent, we will be also having the Colourverse Colourvent calendar as well. So I've got that on order. So I finally got that confirmed. Again, a lot happened on Friday. I got that confirmed on Friday. So that's ordered, that's paid for. The company I'm getting it from is Desk Bandit here in WA. Literally I'm going to say literally, the other side of the city from where I live. So about 150, 200 kilometres, something like that. They're currently on vacation, so it won't be shipped till they come back from vacation, which I don't mind, especially because of the delays with the Inkvent. So yes, there will, and it's going to be Inkvent and Colourverse, and I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to do two things a little bit different. The first one is I'm not going to do my swatches live on camera, purely because I don't want the videos too long, and with there being 2 inks each day, it could end up being quite long if I was swatching both of them. So what I'll do is I'll swatch them, and then we'll talk about the inks up to the previous Friday on the live stream. So what dates have we got? Let me just pull my calendar up. Go to December. So on the 1st of December is a Sunday, so we won't talk about there. So on the 8th of December, we'll talk about days 1 to 6, which is the Sunday to the Friday. I'm going to do that because some people may not have opened that days or the previous ones, and like time differences, so I know it's still Saturday over in the US. So I thought that's a way you might do it. Let me know, though, what your thoughts are on that. The other thing I'm going to do is, last year I got some cheaper Christmas cards, reduced at the end of the year. So as well as writing on my paper, which is Tom 68 GSM Tomoy River paper, I'm also going to write with each ink in an actual Christmas card. I thought that's something different, so you can see how they look at, on the cardboardy type papers. BJ, I love October. So many nice things happening. Yeah, it's when things are really kicking off. My son last night. My wife loves Christmas, and she's now started. She's doing her let's watch a Christmas video each day of the year, each day of the week, and on Saturdays I have to watch one with her. My son came in and he said, "Why are you watching them now? It's like." It's October. And I explained to him that as far as his mother is concerned, you've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and Christmas. That's the only months of the years. So, yeah, she's been watching them for quite a while. Alia Rose, mine came yesterday. Awesome. I can't wait to get mine. Scrolling on up. Miss Marilyn, darling, my birthday's the 28th. 28th, is that a live stream day? Let me have a look at the calendar. I don't know. Where is it? 28th. So that's a week on Monday. So a very pre-happy birthday to you, because chances are I would forget. Marilyn, happy birthday, Alia Rose. Blonde Scales 1, they say the best since it's mine, lol. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from there. Alia Rose, TIL, I can't remember what that means. Why the October sky is so blue, the more you know. Yeah, on one of my other channels, I've got a video about why the sky is blue. It's all down to the, what's the name of the, no, I can't remember. It's gone out of my head. But there is a posh word for it. Rally scattering. That's it, rally scattering. Andreas, happy birthday, BJ, from one October baby to another. I'm amazed how many people I know are born in October. Yeah, that's quite interesting, that, isn't it? You see these clusters of birthdays. Alia Rose, my birthday was back in August, but I'll still accept it, lol. Absolutely, why not? A happy birthday to all the other October blessed born. Blonde Scales 1, because of an oops on my Vanessa order, I learned yesterday that my birthday discount is good until my birthday next year. Awesome, that's handy to know, isn't it? Chris Galahad, the knight that never got any. Yeah. From being a kid, I loved King Arthur. Even now, I still watch a lot of documentaries about King Arthur. I know he doesn't exist, but it's similar with Robin Hood. But they're really interesting to look at, and they can certainly be used to pull out a lot of history. But it's things like, they show them living in these stone castles, but it's meant to be from the Dark Ages when there's no evidence of stone castles. So that's it's one of the things I find interesting. David, I've also got that exact same Mini Pro gear with a medium nib. Garry, you've got good taste in pens. Absolutely. The other one who I know who's got it is got that same one as JP Pen and Inks, because she's quite often using hers. Marilyn, thanks BJ. Marilyn, I noticed that Lamy came out with a green Lamy 2000, every colour but dark lilac. Yeah, I saw that as well, and I thought, well, let's just go and see. I'm just going to pull up another web browser screen. Gone to sleep, because when I saw the price of it, it was a case of they can shove that where the sun don't shine. So I'm just pulling up Lamy 2000. And then let's go down. Can I get a pen on there as well? No, I can just get the fountain pen. Let me find a standard Lamy 2000 if they've got one. What I'm doing, let me switch over so you can actually see what I'm doing. So this is Pulp Addiction's website. So we've got the Lamy 2000 price from let's say $200. That'll cut down the selection quite a bit. There we go. So a standard Lamy 2000 here, even if it was the full price, 400 Aussie dollars. The green one, 800 Aussie dollars. I could not believe it. If I was going to pay that much, I'd rather save a little bit more and get another Homo sapiens. Could not believe that. Absolutely gobsmacked at the price. And I understand, yes, there's reasons. I just think that's money grabbing. And it's not Pulp Addiction's fault. You know, it's Lamy. They're the ones that priced it up at a stupid, well, what I think is a stupid price. Shane, that reminds me, have you all seen the Wing Sung 900? No, so let me again head on over to AliExpress. Now, you can go and look them up yourselves, because otherwise we'll end up going for about 10 hours. Ricardo, are you getting that Lamy 2000, Miss Marilyn? And then Marilyn, I would like to have a Pilot 743 with a Falcon nib to compare with the number 10 nib. Yeah, that's be interesting. Marilyn, not unless they come out with the Dark Lilac 2000. I've seen the Dark Lilac pens. Again, I'm not that much into the Safaris. The nearest I've got to Dark Lilac is I've got the Dark Purple of the AL Star. Ricardo, lol. Ricardo, it might come out in a few years. Yeah, I would think if there's enough people asking for it, I think they'll look at it. Steve, the screenshot of the database you just showed, is that yours or can you buy it? Both. So it's one I've written, and it is available on the iOS and the Mac App Store. It's called Penlist. You know, going to go for a bit of shameless self-promotion here. I'm just going to put up the App Store. I do have another version, which is the latest one, which I'm just going through my own testing. What I do is when I make changes is I then like to use it myself for about a month before I release it. So head over to the screen. So here's the Mac App Store version. It's a universal purchase, so it should work over all. So the one I showed you was on the iPad. This is on the Mac. So it works on there. It also works on the iPhone. Not sure if it'll show you the iPhone. Yep, there's the iPhone screenshots. So yeah, for Apple, it's there on iOS and Mac OS and iPad OS. I'd say that was a bit of shameless self-promotion there. Andreas, the Lamy 2000 Pine Green is gorgeous in real life. I've purchased two and filled one with Mont Blanc Green. Awesome. That sounds like a nice colour. As I say, I've seen the Mont Blanc Green on a few places, but it's one of those things, again, because I'm on my ink buy and freeze. For Ricardo, I'm so green, absolutely. Marilyn, I'll be doing a live review of the Inkvent every day at 1 p.m. Sorry, I had a bit of a loose nail. Pacific on my channel, come say hi. Yeah, so I've said this a number of times. I find Miss Marilyn Darling's really, really interesting. Not sure. I've got to look at time-wise if I'll be able to join in, but I will join in. But if not, I definitely will be watching replays. Marilyn, exactly. Andreas, green is my favourite pen colour. I have the Pelikan M1000 Graf Faber von Castell Pen of the Year, and in real jade, and ham, and now the Lamy 2000. Only wish they did a green Homo sapiens. I believe they do. It's not a lava version though, it's one of the resin versions. I know Penultimate Dave's had one on there. I can't remember the name of it, but I believe there is a green one. It might have been a limited edition. Marilyn, schools in Halloween, Turkey, Christmas. Oh, it's cold, forever alone. Oh, it's windy. Oh, it's getting nice out. Never mind, hot as heck. Yeah. I think that's meant to be like when I was going through the calendar. Marilyn, happy birthday, BJ. Ali Rose, TIL today I learned. Brilliant, thank you. I just could not remember what it was. Blonde Scales 1, Merry Hallow Thankmas. Yeah, it does feel a bit like that, doesn't it? Ali Rose, Halloween is the superior holiday. Spooky decor, costumes, pumpkins, free candy, plus no family/social expectations, my favourite. Yeah, here still, Halloween's not that big. I know over in the States it is getting towards that. I mean, my wife every year does she's got a plastic pumpkin thing that she puts candy in, but we never get anybody coming round. It's always there if they do. As I was saying yesterday again on the members Zoom chat, I've got a number of hue lights. So what I do is on Halloween, I do set them to, so it's going like purples and oranges, and it's like cycling on a pretty pattern. David, I still think that Excalibur and First Night were the two best King Arthur films. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I've never really watched many. I can't remember watching them, but I'm going to add these. It's King Arthur, Excalibur, First Night. What I've done is I made a note of them because I do have a list of films that I want to watch. What I try to do is on a Thursday is I watch a film, a movie or a film. So I'll add them to the list. Marilyn, $500 Lamy, no thank you. Yeah, I say, and unfortunately it's not the retailer's fault, but they're the ones that get blamed. Jim, my Lamy 2000 Pine arrived yesterday and I've inked it up with Diamine Sherwood Green. Oh, I like Sherwood Green. It's a beautiful ink. And BJ, Sherwood Green is a nice Diamine ink. Good green. Ricardo, it's £490 in the UK, but £360 in Germany. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? That's why a lot of my more expensive pens I buy from Cult Pens over in the UK. It's cheaper to buy them in the UK than it is to buy them in Australia. All down to Australia taxes. So by buying it from the UK, I still pay Australian, what we call GST, General Sales Tax, but I don't pay British VAT. And one of the big differences, British VAT is 20%, whereas our GST is only 10%. So that does make a little bit of a difference as well. Alia Rose, $800 for a Lamy? No, thank you, sir. Absolutely. I mean, remember that was Aussie dollars. Marilyn, the Lamy Ion has a green one that's only $75, and even then it's a little bit overpriced for what it is. The Ion, is that a steel nibbed one? I think so. Marilyn, exactly. BJ, my 743 is missing the perfect balance and weight of the 823. Pardon me. But makes up for it with the ease of cleaning and filling. Yeah, the 823 is a bit of a pain in the butt. I know I can disassemble it and clean it that way. I'm just not brave enough to do that. Blonde Scales 1. Problem is, if/when they finally make a purple Lamy 2000, it will probably be super expensive like the green. Yeah, and although they say it's a limited edition, it's something like, was it 2,000 or 3,000 worldwide? That's not limited, but we had that discussion last week. Richard, I just ordered a Pinida Tempe Moderni in green, my first ITE. Yeah, I don't have any Pinida pens yet. I do keep looking at them, I need to get one, but I've just not really got around to pulling the pulling the trigger yet. David, I've got a question. Which does everyone prefer, piston fillers or converter cartridges, and why which one? Let me just get my keyboard going again. Can I copy this? Copy. Let me just go into... Sorry, I know this is exciting watching me typing. No, it didn't copy the comments. Can I select the text? No. Hopefully that does it. What I've done is I've actually popped that out because I think that's going to be an awesome video to make. So I would actually do that as, you know, its own little video. But the very quick answer, I prefer piston fillers. I don't mind converters, but as you can see, like with the Pereira, where I've been able to eyedropper it, you know, it's just having that extra amount of ink, I think, is for me a lot of it. But you know, I've made that note to do that as a separate video. Won't be till next year, but yeah. Chris, and then there's the Monty Python version of the King Arthur story. Oh, I love the Monty Python films, especially in this one. The scene that always sticks out to me is the holy hand grenade, and the holy hand grenade of I can't remember where it's off now, but it really just tickles me. I've also seen the stage version of it, Spamalot. Oh, absolutely love it. I love Life of Brian as well. You know, there's a number of other films. I like them all. I remember as a young kid watching the Monty Python Flying Circus TV show. Ali Rose, David, why don't we have both? Yep. No reason for that. That's why I think I need another video so I can really talk about it. Marilyn, yep, the Ion's a steel nib. Alia Rose, we need more green pens. Maybe just not at that price. Exactly, that's why I've got me Kaweco there. What have I got for next month? I've already got next month's pens picked. For next month, I've got me Kaweco, not Kaweco, Kagaloo 316 there. Richard, I was able to buy it for under 200. Awesome, that's actually a good price. Blonde Scales 1. I think cartridge converter. Yep, that's coming back to David's question. Marilyn, they better not make the Lamy 2000 Dark Lilac more than the normal 2000. Cost of 223. Even that's too much. Yeah, I would think though that it'd be priced like that green one, if not a bit more by the time they fetch it out. Jim, Garry, I got a Pinida twin tank touchdown. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Pinida twin tank touch. I wouldn't want to try and say that after I've had a drink. In blue, bought it used, and it's the best medium nib. I do like Italian nibs, although to be honest, most of them now are Yoho nibs, aren't they? Marilyn, I want a Monteverde MP1 piston with a number 6 nib. Oh, sounds nice. Pen and Sword, Antioch. Yeah, Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. And then you've got the monks going, whatever it is, boom. Sorry, it's just these things that I may have to have them for a week, another rewatch. David, I didn't know we had a king. I thought we were a... I thought we were a commune. Yeah, that's it, with the peasants scooping up the manure and stuff. The other part of it I like is the questions. What is your name? What is your aim? What is the average wind speed of a sparrow? Oh, something. And then the guy that had been asked the question say, European or African, and then the person who's guarding the bridge says, oh, I don't know, and he gets flinged into the pit. Sorry. Alia Rose, I named a cat after Bad Zoot. you know if I've named a pet because they get, apart from really two of them, they get Star Trek names. Two cats I had years ago, one was, I called him Algernon, the other one was Zed. But my current dog is Kira, after Kira Nerys from Deep Space Nine. I had a cat, Dax, after Jadzia Dax. What else have we had? If we get another dog, it's going to be Tilly, after Tilly from the Discovery. So yeah, I'm very similar there. Andreas, I use both every day and I honestly don't have a preference. Neither are inconvenient considering I'm slowing down when I write. Yeah, I'd say for me it's more the capacity, I think. BJ, Antioch, I think, yep, cool, thanks. David, I was just curious what others thought. Yeah, I think it's a good, interesting question. Chris, the holy hand grenade of Antioch. To use thy holy hand grenade, pull out the pin and count to 3. Thou shalt not count to 2. And something like 4 is definitely out, and it was really funny. Ricardo, I like both filling systems. Yeah, David. So there was going from the quote that I was talking about. Really funny. Sorry, I know I shouldn't get off track like this. Under the influence, BJ. I back-weighted my Pilot 743 by using a Pilot cartridge filled with ball bearings and a bit of plaster of Paris. That's a good idea. And doing the old 2-cartridge back-to-back trick, but you can't use a Pilot converter. David, sorry my caps lock was on. Don't worry about that. I just think it's fetching back memories. Anyway, that's gone through all the comments for the moment. We'll come back to those. Let me get this going. Back to the screen and looking on my preview there, it's fine. Hopefully when I look at my preview when it comes through, it will be fine. So last week's videos. Sunday, we had Heat 7. And you know what? I haven't told you the results. So Heat 7, let's do that now. The winning pen from Heat 7, the results. So, the pens by Casey, 11% of the vote. The Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, 33% of the vote. And the Lamy 2000, massive win there, 56% of the vote. So, the Lamy 2000, that goes forward into semi-final number 3, which are pens over 100 Aussie dollars. Now let's save this, and I'll close this down. Tuesday, I did the first impressions of that Faber-Castell Hexo. This is one we looked at earlier on. Really impressed by it, especially when you consider the price. Friday, that was a video that absolutely shocked me. I've called it here pen comparison. So I looked at ballpoint, a number of pens and one fountain pen. And I picked a cheap fountain pen, a Jinhao 80, I think it was, just to have, something cheap like the rest of them were cheap. And I thought, it's a video that's been on my list to make for about 2 years. So I'd had most of the pens for about 2 years. And I kept putting it off thinking, no one would be interested in this. And I was absolutely gobsmacked. It's my best performing video for a long, long time. When I checked it last night, it had nearly 800 views, which was absolutely awesome. Let me see, can I get it up here? I know I can get it on my iPad. I might have to swap to the iPad to show you this. So if I swap over to the iPad, just very quickly, and swappy here. So this, the way YouTube works, it's showing me the last 10 videos that I published. So this one, the pen one, as of this moment, has got 835 views. The next previous one is 627. That's after it's been out for a week. In its first 2 hours and 2 days and 2 hours, sorry. So they are comparable. But the average views is about 400-ish. So absolutely gobsmacked how well that's performed. Go back over to the, not the camera, to the screen. So, yeah, that was last week. This week's videos. So today we've got heat number 8 of the fountain pen tournament. Let me get my bit of paper. So that is a Laban 325, the Visconti Homo Sapiens, and the Opus 88 Colaro. I think I know which pen will win, but that's going to be interesting what people think about those. You know, we've got 2 Taiwanese pens, and then we've got that Italian pen. We've got 2 pens, I think, you know, roughly $200-ish against a $1,300 pen. But it is all random. That's just the way that it came up when I did the random selection. Tuesday, we'll look at the pens that are inked up for October. These are the ones that are inked in my pen case, so they're not in normal use and they're not there for one of my videos. Then Friday, I'm going to be doing a misspelling of a Jinhao 992 versus a Jinhao 992, Jinhao 82. So looking at 2 cheap-ish Jinhao pens. Again, I enjoyed doing that. I do like my inexpensive pens, I've got to be honest. And my books of the week. So I did finish Terry Goodkind Severed Souls, only to find out that there's another one in the series. I don't know why I was convinced that was the last one. Really enjoyed it. It was nice. There was a lot of adventure in it. Really interesting. Shame we didn't see Kara, but that's just the way it goes. And then I started Terry Pratchett The Truth. I'm about 60% of the way through, so that'll get finished most probably Wednesday, I would think. So just carrying on with my reread through the Discworld. So it's the 25th Discworld novel. Really focusing here around newspapers and publishing, and how the truth can be told in so many different ways. So it's quite interesting. Head on over to the camera again. Let me close this down. We'll go back to comments. Tom, our dog's name is Striker. Awesome. Named after the medical equipment. Alia Rose to David. There is utility in both systems for different purposes. Of course, we must also consider the most deeply satisfying of all filling systems, vacuum fillers. Yeah, but they're such a pain in the butt to clean. David, vacuum fillers are good, but I always make a mess with them. BJ, in my opinion, the Pilot 823 vac filler is the finest balanced / weighted pen that I've ever used. It is, however, hard to change inks frequently. Yeah, that's why I just usually stick with brown inks. So that way, if I don't clean it out perfectly, it doesn't really matter because I'm just putting another brown in there. Oh, I forgot I haven't shown this yet. Today's mug, Spider-Man. Alia Rose, to David, I've messed up badly my first time with VATs, but it led to learning to fully disassemble and reassemble them. I'm good with them now. Yeah, if you can get in and do that, that's easy. David, that was me too, except I'm still not very good with them. Just putting up my database again. Sorry. That's because I've just seen the next comment, so I'm just pulling up the data. So, Jim, 2 cheap pens to look at. Both are heroes, the 856 and the 565. So I'll just make a note and they'll go into my hero 856 and 565. I do have 2 hero pens. I've got the 240 and the Dragon. That's why I was just pulling up my database so it tells me what I've got. Chris, Terry Pratchett's The Truth isn't the most memorable Discworld, but it does tie in a lot of the Discworld characters. Yeah, the story, as you say, isn't memorable, really. It's all right. I'm quite enjoying it. But as you say, it's fetching in a lot of characters. So we've got a number of watch characters there, but it's not focused on the watch. We've got Mr. Dibbler showing up. We've got Lord Veterinary. So yeah, quite interesting. Pen and Sword. I would suggest one hard sci-fi book. It would be Blind Sight by Peter Watts. Peter Watts. Blind sight. Let's do a refresh. So that's all the comments. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give a membership giveaway. So each month YouTube now give me 10 free memberships. It lets me do 5 at a time. So what I'm going to do is go in here. Tells me I've got 5 memberships left to give this month. So I'm going to go gift 5 now. So 5 people, I believe it's 5 people that are on the live, should be receiving a message very shortly saying that they've been given a free 1-month membership. I say it only lasts for a month. At the end of the month, then you can then choose if you want to carry on, but then you have to start paying. So hopefully you should all have that there. Those people that have won that, well done to you. David, pen definition, pen dangered when your pen is soon to be running out of ink and you'll be forced to use a ballpoint at work. Yeah, I know what you mean by shudder. When I was doing that, I was quite, I mean, it was only a cheaper ballpoint, but how horrible the experience was. Sorry, I'm now going to my cordial in the Batman glass. I have my cordial very, very, very weak. It's more just to give a little bit of a flavour. Alia Rose. Let me get down to this. Alia Rose. Nasty, nasty ballpoints. Yeah, they're Gollum coming through there. So, heading to my normal spiel. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. Membership's available. It's down to you. It's there. It is at a cost. If you're interested in it, what you need to do is head on over to my YouTube my YouTube page. There's a button, I think it's called join, where you can hit and it'll tell you all the details about that. So thank you all. Back to the comments. Chris Robinson. There we go. Marilyn, I got a membership. How exciting. Well, no, welcome to you. Again to Marilyn. Thanks, Gary. Pen and Sword, congrats. Alia Rose gifted 1 Gary Eves membership. If you've got that, if you've got the opportunity, go and grab that. Do I need to do anything here? I don't know. I'm still learning all this stuff. Membership gifting. I don't know. I think that goes straight on. I'll have to do some research on that. Obviously not now because that'd be extremely boring. So thank you, Alia Rose, for doing that. That's very much appreciated. Pen and Sword was gifted a membership by Alia Rose. There we go. That's how it works. I don't need to do the research. Chris, sneaky little ballpoints. Absolutely. I think we've had a look at that. Very, very many thanks there to Under the Influence, a $20 super chat or super sticker. Thank you for the brilliant content and community. No, thank you all for being here. That's made such a difference to me. Thank you so much there, Under the Influence. Jim, I've gotten into the habit of carrying my Retro 51 rollerball. Yeah, I think that would be better, certainly. I think the rollerball wasn't too bad. Marilyn, thank you, Gary. Blonde Scales 1, have a great week all. Andreas, David, that nearly happened to me this week. I was travelling and had to run to the local pen store to get a new bottle of ink during lunch. Awesome. It's another way to get ink, isn't it? Pen and Sword, thanks. Richard, good night. David, to Marilyn, see you Tuesday. Marilyn, what's going on Tuesday? Pen and Sword, thanks, Gary, is the man. No, thank you to you. Just do another refresh of the comments. David, to Andreas, almost being the operative phrase. Yeah, almost. This is why whenever I go anywhere, I take this with me. This is my Galen leather one. and I make sure I've got 6 pens with me, so I've always got one. BJ, thanks for bringing us all together, Gary. Everybody have an amazing day. David to, I think that's to Miss Marilyn, HJ. Oh, Hemingway Jones. Yeah, if you haven't caught any of his lives, I don't usually catch them live, but I do watch them in catch-up. Are really good fun. Pardon me. They're really enjoyable to watch. Chris, someone should bring the portable inkwells back. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Jim, everyone have a great week. Miss Marilyn Darling, see you on Tuesday. Ricardo, have a great week, everyone. Yeah, thank you all. Let me do one more quick look, see if there's anything. So thank you to you all. Special thank you to Under the Influence and those of you that support the channel. It's all very much appreciated. All helped me with getting the next lot of pens. So until next week and until this afternoon, I will talk to you again soon.